love you, Dad.
We love you, Dad. We love you, Dad.
I could run around.
We love you, Dad.
We love you, Dad. We love you, Dad. We love you, Dad. And the departure of a father carries a strange gravity. A man can be fully grown, seasoned by life, and steady in his purpose. Yet something inside him still reaches for the one whose presence shaped his earliest understanding of strength. A father holds a quiet place inside a son's psyche, a place that doesn't age at the same pace as the body. When that presence disappears, the untouched parts of us awaken, often trembling, often unsure. Fathers are mirrors, not because they tell us who we are, but because their existence gives contour to what we are becoming. They offer a direction, a tone, a way of stepping into the world. Even imperfect fathers leave imprints that form a kind of internal compass when they are gone. That compass feels suddenly harder to read. The questions become sharper. Who do I lean on now? Who teaches me how to carry myself through the storms that only men understand in the quiet of their spirit? A son doesn't just lose a person, he loses a dimension of his own unfolding. The psyche carries echoes of unfinished lessons, unspoken affirmations, unresolved tensions, and uncelebrated strengths. When a father passes, those echoes rise to the surface. They ask to be seen, they ask to be completed by the man who now stands alone. The paradox is this, the loss that breaks us open is also the loss that makes room for our deeper maturity. What a father cannot finish in us, life demands we finish ourselves, not out of abandonment, but out of inheritance. Grief becomes a doorway through which a son steps into a larger version of himself. The questions that once would have been taken to a father now reveal the truth of inner guidance, ancestral memory, and the wisdom that grief itself awakens. We often ask, who do we confide in now? Yet beneath the pain lies another truth. Part of becoming a fully formed man is learning to trust the ground of one's own being. A father's death pushes a son toward that ground. It invites him to rise, not as an imitation of his father, but as the next chapter of the lineage, a chapter written with courage, clarity, and a heart widened by loss. A father is never truly absent. What he embodied in life becomes what we must embody in his absence. His passing doesn't leave us without guidance. It forces us to discover the guidance that was waiting inside us all along.
We love you, Dad. We love you, Dad.
And one day Jesus is born. One day Jesus, I'm gonna call. One day Jesus, I'm gonna call. And one day Jesus is gonna call my name. As days go by, I hope I don't stay the same. I'm gonna get so close to him. That is no big change. And that day when Jesus will call my name.
Yeah, a moment arrives when the body loosens its hold, and the world we've known begins to quiet. Many traditions describe this transition as a summons, a calling of one's name by Christ, a movement from one plane to another. The calling is not a voice reaching from beyond the world. The calling is the self uncovering the truth of its own nature. J.E.S.U.S, just ever-present self unmasked separation, describes the precise shift that occurs when the illusions held together through a lifetime relax. Awareness no longer clings to form, identity no longer arranges itself around memory. What remains cannot be located or measured. A vast clarity places the small sense of me that once felt vulnerable and incomplete. Many speak of being welcomed by Jesus at the end of life, yet the encounter is not an introduction to another being. The appearance of a radiant presence is the mind's final gesture of devotion, offering a familiar image as a bridge toward the recognition already unfolding. The one who calls is not separate from the one who responds. The call, the dissolving of distance. A soul steeped in love meets no threshold at all. The heart simply recognizes what it has always been touching. The separation between God and creation, Christ and disciple, heaven and earth melts away as a mistaken perception rather than an actual divide. What felt like a journey toward the divine reveals itself as the divine awakening to its own reflection. This unveiling is gentle for those whose lives have leaned toward compassion, forgiveness, and depth. A lifetime of surrender prepares the mind to release its final clinging without resistance. What once looked like death becomes emerging, yet nothing merges. Awareness stops pretending to be fractured. The ever-present self stands unhindered. J.E.S.U.S. describes this moment flawlessly. Yeah, the call is the invitation to remember. The remembrance is the realization that no one ever left. The one who calls every breath, every joy, every wound, every prayer, every doubt, held by the same presence that now reveals itself without veil or boundary.